Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. This is a yard machine I picked up last night, showed you initial video. Felt like it had no compression. It would randomly fire off on the fourth pull. I ended up pulling the valve cover off, adjusted the valves, went ahead and cleaned up the deck, and ended up changing out the blade. I ended up getting it started with the valve adjustment. Ended up with about 45 psi. It's not the best, but it ended up running. So I'll show you the blade. There was some vibration in it. If you can see this right here, there's a big burr. Somebody hit something with this thing. Something stationary object. Anyway, I put another 21-inch bow tie on it. This is an Oregon 198-049. If you want to look for a replacement blade for yard machine, 21-inch with the bow tie. Also, rotary 6423 or an MTD 942-0741. I also believe a 742-0741 will work. And then a Stens 335-214. So, let me see. Did a carb clean. I'll show you that fuel that came out of this. Pretty bad. As you recall, this is a unit that was outside. Rat damage. A little bit of fuel in it, mostly water, really snotty. I think this thing sat for several years. The other issue I found was the coil had a lot of rust on the contact. Also a lot of calcium buildup on the aluminum flywheel and a lot of rust on the magnets. I sanded all that down, made some good contacts. So we may have had a double issue here with poor spark and the valve adjustment. I ended up getting 45 psi out of it when it was said and done. Spent a lot of time cleaning up the wheels and the deck. I think it looks beautiful. Anyway, that's basically the deal on this. I still have to address the rat damaged tank. I do have hot glue. I may try to fill this in since it's a smaller hole than normal. I can't even get a pencil in there. So I may try to hot glue this. In the meantime, I just took this Bowlins in on trade. This is a 2018, a Marine veteran just traded in a Sears Craftsman. He left me the Bowlins. So there's a couple of things I want to address with this one. I've seen this happen a couple of times. I'll show you. If you can see the valve cover gasket here, it was all caved in. I ended up turning this over and from the back side on a block of wood and kind of evened out the big dents in this thing. The veteran was running into something, maybe a brick wall, but this can create an issue here when this valve cover is caved in enough. What it'll do is hamper the play of the valves. I'll try to bring you down and show you. The valve would not be able to open all the way. If the valve cover is severely damaged, got it upside down, if it's caved in enough, it's going to stop the travel of the valve, so be aware of that. If you got a machine that feels like it doesn't have any compression. I just went to start working on this. This is an issue of stale fuel. It fired off on Happy Juice. So I gave him a great trade for it because I knew it could be rectified. So I got my compression gauge hooked up. Let's see how this Bowlins compares to the yard machine. I only could get 45 out of the yard machine. A 550 EX, this is a 500 series. So what do we got? 60, which is fantastic. Anything above 60 is great. So as you saw, the yard machine started with a 45 PSI. I don't know what the deal is with that. Maybe wear. But it started. You want 60, if at all possible. You guys messing with these want to do a compression test. 60 is fantastic. Actually, it's like 58 or 59 PSI. Secondary issue with this, I think, is the blade. Blade may be bent. I had it on its side after he left, and it looks like there's some blade bending going on. I'll put another blade on this once I clean the carburetor. Hopefully that will kill the vibration. That's all I got for you. You guys are great. Thanks for looking at this yard machine. Happy the way this thing turned out. Beautiful looking specimen. I'm going to take some pictures of this and advertise it. As always, appreciate you coming out, looking at all this crap I'm working on. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. Have a great day. Be nice to your neighbors. And tip your waitress and wait staff accordingly.